Salute to Fuzi. I feel like feels as if there's been a couple of Fuzi questions that we came on here and talked about. So salute to them for even if you don't like their content, salute to them for or the older content. Salute to them for providing us with content. So their question of the day, as it were. So they posted. Anyone else feel genuinely not? Anyone else? Sorry. Anyone else genuinely not enjoy being around people at all? I'm talking about friends or family. Or is that a major character flaw? I used to think it was something wrong. I used to think it was something wrong with me, but now that I'm older, I feel content in it being who I am. And yes, this means I spend 99% of my time alone. The remaining 1% is spent with people, and during it, I'm counting the seconds until I am alone. So, I don't know how often we bumped into the whole, more introverted versus extroverted conversation. Some of it's kind of cringe, IMO. But, I think there is generally what he's describing, people out there like that. So I'm just curious to know what your quick thoughts on it. Honestly, this could have been one of the first topics as well, because it's kind of, it's probably just a straightforward, what do y'all think? Unless one of y'all have a hot take about it. But yeah, what do y'all think to his question? Do you think it's a major character flaw to not want to be around people? Or do you think that's completely natural, normal? I feel as if maybe is it just reckless so you can relate, Ghost? What do you think?
It's not. I mean, I've said multiple times in the past that a lot of times I just not like being around people. I do think this is definitely like not how I feel in like I think this I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. Having this mindset, I don't even know if I call it a character flaw. I just think it's not necessarily healthy, and I say that knowing that a lot of times I am this way, not to this extent. It's not something that you should be proud of or like, oh, I don't need any like that is that when people start talking like that, that is very, very corny. I think
Mm,
that the the analogy a lot of people use that I think is very fitting is a social battery where some people have like a pretty large social battery
right.
and it gets depleted a lot faster or sometimes gets recharged being around other people.
Yep.
And some people have a smaller social battery where like up to a certain point, like you're cool being around people, and then after it gets depleted, you kind of just want to be on your own, which is fine. Again, to an extent, I think 99 to 1% split that is not healthy because like biologically humans are made in some respects to be community based and to be around people. That doesn't mean you have to be around people all the time. Like again, I most certainly enjoy my alone time and not having to live with anyone. And again, I don't be going out much into crazy functions. But like I'm not of the belief that this is the optimal way to live. Like a lot of these, like I would say, alpha male podcasts, but a lot of people online be implying that you shouldn't need anyone, and if you do, then you're weak, and if you're able to survive by yourself without needing anyone, that's strength. I do not agree with that. I think it just comes down to a personal preference thing, and as long as there's some level of balance, that's the optimal way of going about it.
Fair enough. I think a lot of people can get on board with that. Um, as much we probably could wrap that up, but what do you think, Ace? Do you have any other takes on that? Do you think it's a character flaw for people to predominantly not like being around others? Or do you think it's square, fine, and dandy?
Um, I don't know. It's tough. Like, I think introverted people are like they're not that. It's not that there's anything inherently wrong with preferring to be by yourself. I don't think. Um, but at the same time, maybe there can be like it's a possibility that something could be wrong, but it's not an inherent like every person who is introverted has something wrong with them. And what I mean by that is if you don't like being around people because um like I don't know, you because you don't like people, you like you find yourself, I don't know, um um what's a good way to put it?
Detesting humans.
Being that's a great word. Like detesting detesting other human beings. Like you might want to go to therapy or talk through that or see if like you got something in your past or something that has has like wired your brain in that way because you don't want to become like a I don't know. You don't want that to go further to where like every time you're around people like uh you hate them or anything like that. Like it can go to an extreme. So if it's maybe like if it's just a general exhaustion, like you get like Ghost was saying, your social battery is just very low capacity, then that okay, that's probably not a big deal. But if it's a antagonistic type thing where you find that again, I think distasteful is a good word. I just find being around other people to be distasteful or put you in a bad mood. Um, and yeah, I just find that you dislike people. Um, I think that could be it could be a problem. So
Yeah, yeah. I think this is one of those things where like, what y'all saying probably leans towards the correct answer. I feel as if there's some people out there that are so just content and fine with being alone and by themselves that there's nothing you can do to convince them. And we're not trying to convince anybody, obviously, but yeah, obviously, everything should be a balance. Like, and like we're saying, if you find yourself really building some type of discontent or real vile feelings around being around other people,
yeah,
that's something that you might want to address because unless you're trying to be like a hermit or whatever they call people, is that a real thing? Like people that are just by themselves? Like,
There's
I
a
mean, really, yeah,
medical term for it. I think it's I think it's agoraphobia. You just have a fear of being around people.
I mean, yeah, a
mm,
fear is agoraphobia is extreme. Like that's definitely something you should probably seek help for. Can't leave the
interesting.
house like this.
Well, regardless, unless you're trying to be like that, you're gonna have to exist in a society, and obviously, there's just so much benefits. I often say like being around people or like some having some semblance of community is like one of the pillars of like keeping depression and things away. It's having a community, making sure your diet is at least moderately healthy, exercise, and then rest. Like those four things are like pillars into like keeping your sanity, at least for the average person. But um, but okay, yeah. Again, I don't think there was too much to say on that. And by the way, if you're truly content in life, do you? As long as you're truly examining, whether all aspects of your life is you know appropriate. But if there's nothing else, we can move on